right, it is Wednesday, February 17th, 6:30. This Fans View Live. We got Carl, John, Lauren, Anthony, and myself.
Cheers.
Happy Ash Wednesday, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you're all doing well. And
Happy pitchers and catchers.
Happy Pitchers and Catchers Day, baby.
It's baseball season.
Absolutely. So,
Stephanie Brogdon's birthday.
Stephanie Brogdon's birthday. You stole my thunder. I was gonna wish her a happy birthday.
I gave you the opening to say something.
I sent her a couple cocktails on Facebook, so we're good.
Yeah.
She's not on yet anyway, so we got to wait till she jumps on.
She'll be here, you know that.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, all right, John, what we got?
All right, number 51, who wore it best? Carlos Ruiz. Congratulations to him.
Landslide?
Landslide, yeah. Almost 12-1 votes for Carlos Ruiz over Randy Johnson and William Thomas. Well-deserved win there. Pretty obvious, if you ask me. For 52, we have Ricky Batalico for the Phillies. He played from 94 to 98 and then came back in 01 and 02. It was the 96 All-Star for the Phillies. 2009 Redding Hall of Famer. Had 116 saves, 575 strikeouts over his career. For the Eagles, we have Barry Gardner. He was a second-round pick in 99, picked after the second-round pick, and the first-round pick that year was Donovan McNabb for the Eagles. So that was played from 99 to 02, linebacker. And for the Flyers, we have Todd Fedork, the left winger. He played 5 years here. Was a seventh-round pick in 97. Played 268 games, scored 13 goals and 26 assists. 575 penalty minutes, though. That was pretty impressive. And for the 76ers, we have Matt Geiger. Played from 99 to 01. Had 5,059 points in his career and 3,158 rebounds. A member of the 2001 Eastern Conference champions with the
How many points with the Sixers? Did you calculate that?
13.
Thank you. All right, let's speed up the show because we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, but the most important part that he's known for is he was the reason that Iverson stayed most of his career here in Philadelphia, because he rejected the trade, and Iverson would have been moved on if he didn't reject it, being an elder statesman of the trade. And then for the outsider, we have Cece Sabathia, 6-time All-Star, a member of the 09 World Series champion, an 07 Cy Young Award winner, the ALCS in 09 MVP, and a 2-time Major League wins leader. And I think here in Philadelphia, he's more famous for giving up the grand slam to Shane Victorino in the playoffs with Milwaukee. So,
is he a Hall of Famer?
He is. He just retired like 2 years ago. He's probably going to be borderline. He's going to be getting some consideration. It depends on.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, he was a pretty good pitcher, throughout his career. And then but yeah, we'll see. I mean, he may fall just short, but he's a borderline, I would think.
Let's bounce this over to our Fightings guru. Were you in Reading when Ricky was inducted there, Pigs?
No, I was there the next year, but he was there many times. He was there for our All-Star game. He actually, for our home run derby, the night before the All-Star game, he actually hit in that. The hot dog vendor hit in that. We had a nice fun time there for that. No, but he's a guy that hangs around. He would hang out the RBI room and have a beer with us. Down to earth guy. Good. So no, I didn't meet him that year when he went in, but I met him a bunch of times before that and after that.
Okay, all right,
very cool.
All right, good segue to what?
Mario's got to make his picks.
Oh,
Going Ricky Bo.
Ricky Bell? All right.
Baseball starts today. I'm going baseball.
Exactly. Pitchers and catchers right there. Lauren?
Well, I hope I don't mess up a unanimous here, but I'm actually going to go with Todd Fedork on this one. Solely because a couple years ago, we had him out at the stadium, which is in Havertown, and he did an appearance for a charity fundraiser that we were doing, and he was really great with the kids, just an all-around good guy. So I had no idea he wore number 52. I had no idea Ricky Batalico wore number 52. So this is just purely who I like best in this group here. And I also
think anywhere around.
And I also think
time out. Hold this one sec. John, when did he wear 52?
In 01-02 when he came back. He was 20. He came up as 27 through Redden, and then he wore that in the beginning, and then moved on to 52.
He was 27 with the Phantoms and 29 with the Flyers.
You're talking about. I'm sorry, you're talking about Fedork.
And that's who Lauren's talking about.
Yep. 52 is on the Flyers website.
So are you saying that my vote doesn't count?
No, it counts, because that was a great, we had a bunch of events down there at the skate zone in Havertown for Brendan Dixon, and we had a number of guys, and Todd was phenomenal. No, the whole 52 thing is here we go again.
That's right.
Well, that's what I was going with. Also, Ricky Batalico, if you say he's down to earth, I'll go with it. But he always seems like he's got a chip on his shoulder about something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really care for him. So I'm going Todd Fedork. Number or not.
All right. Anthony?
I think I'm going to go with Ricky Batalico by default. Sorry. It's still a vote for him, but I mean, I don't know who else I would go with on that list. I guess I'll go with him.
52 is even on the hockey website as well.
He wore it for how many games?
6? I don't know. He wore it.
So here's the deal. So Ricky Batalico is the gentleman who kind of got into a skirmish with Mr.
With the Marlins,
who is now a Philly. And I'm sure they're gonna have a few words for each other because they went back and forth a little bit. I believe Ricky Boat called the Marlins bottom feeders.
Yep.
Yeah. I think more than once too.
So I think I think we'll be okay if the Phillies come out of the chute and do okay. But if things don't go well and Kinsler gives up a couple of saves, Ricky Bo's going to be shooting his mouth off.
Oh no, because then he'll be a Philly. Then he's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll
All
see.
right. I'm going Todd Fedork also, but I'm throwing a challenge flag on the number because I don't know him as 52. But as long as you're the official here, you're in charge. So as long as he's 52 and it wasn't a practice jersey.
It wasn't. There's three Flyers that wore 52.
I mean, let's be honest. This isn't the first number that we've had to throw a red flag on with John. and now you're going to cause a stink about it. I've been causing a stink since we started this.
Well, he's not even voted for the guy.
But it's a badass number, so we need to figure it out. So
Nick Cousins or Tristan Grant is the other two players that wore.
Yeah, but Todd Fedork, how many games did he wear? I wish Jack Broder was on because Jack would give us the exact number of games played with number 52.
I'm sure he'll be on later.
You had 3 days or 4 days. You saw that the Flyers thing was up there. You could have said something to me. I could have been prepared for this.
I know, but I like to dispute it live.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I think just because his media presence and what he is, I think Ricky Batalico is going to run away with this one. Whether he should or not, I think he probably will.
Yeah, he's the most well known.
Yeah, he's the most well known of those people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Matt Geiger's got he might be the second best out of the group.
What do you got, John?
But
Who you going with?
Of course, I'm going Ricky Batalico.
All right.
So that definitely he's a nice guy. Like Anthony said, he's down to earth. He'll talk to you. We see him a lot. I see him out a lot, and he's always friendly and everything to talk to you. Plus, like you said, it's pitchers and catchers today, and he's one of the pitchers. So.
Is he back on NBC? Is he working with NBC or?
Yeah, I haven't heard it. I haven't heard any whether he's not or he is. I haven't heard anything yet for this year. Staff for this year.
But did they get rid of? Unless I'm not thinking right, it didn't sound like they got rid of many former players for their analysis. It seems like they got rid of more of sideline type reporters. So I imagine he would be back because I'm sure there's not. With all due respect to him, I'm sure there's not many guys that are cheaper. I'm sure he doesn't cost a ton of money to have him there. It's not like he was a huge star or something. So I'm sure he'll be back.
And plus he's local, and he also does post game shows. So they're bringing in post game. So I don't know that that's even really Phillies affiliated, like for Comcast.
No, I think they can hire whoever they want, and he's probably the right price. So.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so with that, we're going to move into, because we don't have any more fantasy football talk.
We do not.
So we're going to move right into the team that I think is playing tomorrow for the first time in a while. Flyers, baby. What's up? Are they playing tomorrow?
I didn't. I know they've been practicing the past couple of days, but they got hit hard with COVID. So,
right.
I wasn't. I didn't check on them today. Hopefully everybody tested negative that needed to, so they can get back on the ice. But they got hit. They got hit hard.
Right. Yeah. 16.
How many times did they postpone it? First, it was postponed till Sunday, and then it was moved up a little bit.
Well, I think they lost 4 games.
Yeah,
4 games.
And they're going to make them up, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Correct.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Well, if you would have followed the page on this Fan's View,
some of us work for a living, John. Some of us actually have work to do during the day.
Thanks for that nice plug there, Mario.
Hey, John, it takes like a 5-minute break. You know what I mean? Right. To read the page.
If I got 5 minutes.
You know what I mean?
He's working in front of the computer.
I work for a living too, and I posted it. So.
Right. He works with the
Mario,
computer.
that's a bullshit excuse. Get with it. If you're gonna be our grapefruit league guy, you got to get with it. Come on.
There's always the weekends. Come on.
we don't do the shows on the weekends.
It's okay. We could tape it.
Fingers slapped. Fingers slapped. Moves to Sarasota, and he's got all the excuses. Sounds like other people that live in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
No, slam.
Damn.
Slam.
Uh-oh.
Leave the Paisan alone. Here comes his buddy.
That's my bodyguard.
Here comes his buddy.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's get back to the Flyers a minute. So we got a game tomorrow night against the Rangers. We're not quite sure who all's playing. See what's happening there. And then we move out to Lake Tahoe for the outdoor game, which should be a pretty cool event. I mean, it should look good on television, I would think.
Right.
I just hope you're playing the badass Bruins again. So I don't know what the game's going to look like, especially having so much downtime.
Although Boston's lost a few guys, Charo and another guy with injury, not because of COVID, but injury wise. So hopefully that helps him a little bit. But like you said, coming out of your second game and flying all the way out to Lake Tahoe, and it's going to be a little tough, high elevation as well. So,
All right.
unfortunately, not what you want to see, for the Flyers, because they need to get those games against Boston.
Yeah, I mean, it's if it's not one thing, it's another, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
Here I am arguing, about Todd Fedork and number 52, and we got bigger issues.
We might be having a Zamboni guy playing right winger tomorrow, or who knows. So
it's going to take a few games to see where they're at, because
right.
They got to get their legs back.
And you got to I would say it takes 3 or 4 games until you can kind of sort of analyze where they are, where they should be, because a couple guys here, a couple guys there make a big difference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah, I mean, they got 8 guys that had it. Was it 7 or 8 guys that had it? So,
God.
So I'm curious. I see Brian Brown jumped on the fridge. Todd Fedork, is that who he's voting for? Number 53 should be better.
I guess a better number. 53.
Yeah, there might be more people.
It is a better number.
It is.
But we talked about this, that we get into some of these 50, 60, 70 numbers are going to be, we may have to start to double them up.
Oh, we will. We will. Like I said, we'll cut it off before New Year's.
Are you still in Facebook jail?
Yeah.
I am, unfortunately.
I hate to say it, but and I'm not a huge Facebook person, but Facebook,
It's going to be a while.
Facebook jail is not easy on you. You got like a 2 to 4 year sentence, maybe. It's for real. I mean, we've been trying to fix the Carl's cards on the Facebook page for about 7 years now. John might be out for a bit.
I don't understand it. I mean, it's weird.
The first one is 24 hours. Then I think it goes to 48, and then after that, it could be a month, if not more.
Yeah, but I don't think I was
definitely crossed over a month at this point.
No, it's random. I think they put in whatever block they put in, and they get to it when they get to it if they feel like it. And
right.
Call. There's no one to talk to. You just email them, and they don't respond, and you email them again.
But I'm able to share the video and everything. I just can't share polls.
But John,
or I can't do the polls.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You're doing this all from a laptop, right?
I am.
Yeah. So I can't even post the polls from a laptop. I can only do it from my phone, which I think I've told you before.
Oh.
Yeah, I couldn't do it before with my phone. I can only do it on the laptop. That's
so you got to try it with your phone, see if it works.
Right.
Next time Lauren and I are together, she'll have to show me how to do it on the phone.
All right. Not that the viewers want to hear that right now.
So this is a message from our good friend Matt Stairs, because we're in the hockey segment, and I guess people are like, "What the hell are you talking about, Matt Stairs and hockey?" But I was hoping to have Matt on the show tonight, and he is on the ice with his hockey team right now in Fredericksburg, Canada. So he said to say hello to everybody. He said to stay well, be safe, and he'll be joining us down the road for one of our shows when he's not on the ice.
Nice.
So that's our message from one Matt Stairs, who we're coming up on a year when we last had Matt. Matt was on the show, I believe it was March 27th. We had Matt last on, so it's been a while, and he wasn't quite sure whether he could make it tonight or not. But then his hockey schedule got in the way. So,
no job offers for Matt. I guess we can ask him and all that stuff when we have him on. But he's easy right now.
Nothing at all. Nothing. Wow. That he was gonna be coaching the 18-year-olds in his hometown, but he got no offers, and the Canadian border still shut down anyway. Nobody right. in, nobody out.
Right.
So I don't know what and he's not gonna. God love him. He's not giving up his new grandbaby because he's got a house full of women, and he's not arguing. He's not arguing with any of that. So, yeah. So, Matt'll be joining us down the road, as will a few other guests we're working on. But Lauren, we got a nice little announcement coming up. I don't know if you want to throw a tease out there for Carl's Cards. We've been a little quiet lately with in-house guests, coming in. Everybody seems to be throwing out private signings, which are cool. I get it. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't want to come out and be part of some cool stuff, but we've got a good one coming up for March.
We do have a good one coming up for March, and I think we should make them sweat it out even further to the end. It'll be the takeaway for the night. So here's the tease. Here's the tease, and we're not big teasers, but this is a good one. It's a Hall of Famer. He's I get it. Pigs. Would you call him local?
He's local, yeah.
We'll call him local. Local Hall of Famer. I'll throw it out there. If anybody can guess him, we'll give a free ticket to. How's that?
There you go.
Is that the only clue you're going to get?
Well, that's two. That's two, Mario.
If you give any more clues, I think
that's two clues. He's a Hall of Famer and he's local. Well, what do you want me to give his name?
No.
You want his initials too?
No, I was going to say what sport, but that might give too much away.
Now, if they do guess on there, though, they get one guess. They can't be guessing like 45 times.
Well, we'll let the moderator of the page, who is Lauren, by the way, because she's in charge. John lost his he lost his buttons.
I hope he gets those buttons back soon because I can't remember to post all these contests.
So Sean wants to know what sport, and I'm not giving out any more guesses. So,
all right,
you guys can do your homework. It's a good one. It's a good name. And we're pretty excited, and I'm pretty excited too to announce that not only did Pigs book Tony Atlas, who will be in the store on February 27th, live, Carl's Cards, Hall of Fame wrestler. Pigs also booked this guy. So kudos to Pigs. Good job.
I might be doing that going forward because I don't have a public schedule here. I might explode. That might be my new career, but no, it's fun to do, so I'm happy to help.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a good job. Good job by you. So we're excited about that, and we'll I guess we'll do that when we do our takeaways. Lauren, is that what you?
Yep.
Is that the way you want to handle that? And if we get anybody on board that can guess it, I'll be more than happy to give away a. I'll throw another tease out there. It's a $50 ticket.
That's
wow.
That sounds
it's
like
a $50 ticket, folks.
Damn.
For a Hall of Famer, that sounds like a pretty good deal.
Yeah, really.
All right. So Mario, that's three.
All right. I'm okay with that.
Three.
I'm okay with that.
I'll give the show back. I'll give the show back to you.
All right. So, according to Mr. Stinger, no Claude or Jake on Thursday. They're still out.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what Joe's saying. And
okay.
So we can move into the next segment. Ben Simmons is out tonight. So let's talk Sixers for 2 minutes.
Was that last game? I can't even remember now. Last game or the game before? I don't even remember. Might have been 2 games. He had the game of his life out there, scoring points.
Last game.
They still didn't win the game, but you need to see more of that. Now, he wasn't getting too much help off the bench that game, compared to some other games. But, if you see them close like that when Joel's not there, That's the most important. As the season goes on, if you can get a couple wins here and there with Joel in there, that'll make you feel better. But yeah, if some of these guys on the bench could maybe step up, you might be able to win a game like that. Now, keep in mind, they've been on the West Coast, so it was a tough little stretch there. But no, I mean, really, not too many complaints right now. They're still playing well, even though they only really won one out there. They weren't blown out of any of those games. They're just short games, and you probably got tired at some point. So,
well, here's my basketball 2 cents. Their bench sucks.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like some of these young guys are okay, but like the guy what's his Joe, and
he's not even getting on the floor now.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like you need like a Thibault maybe to score some more points. You got to have some guys step up when Joel's not there. Now Ben tried to do it on his own last week, and right. you would hope that the other guys would step up. But yeah, like when you're talking about Redick and some of these guys, they do need somebody on that bench that can score some points if you want to compete for a championship. You'll make the playoffs with the team you have now, but I don't know that you can win a championship with that bench. You gotta get a little bit more from them.
Yeah, Forkman is sick of forking him because he's not your bench guy. You know what I mean?
Well, Shake Milton's hurt though too, so that hurts.
That's true.
Him coming off, and then Maxey and Thibault,
But like Carl was saying, Joe, he doesn't even play. I don't even see him guys like that. Not that you can move anyone to get someone better, but maybe you can get a veteran at some point to at least be. I know you mentioned last week, John, like Redick's shot was coming up a little short. He's getting a little too old, but maybe just having him on that bench a little bit helps him. It helps him with the younger guys, sort of like Howard with Embiid. I don't know. Just need a better bench or a more consistent bench when Embiid's not playing.
No, it's true. I mean, that plus just having Embiid and everybody else there. If you have Milton and Embiid playing in that game, I think it's a different game right there as well.
Sure.
Because Mac or with Shake not being on there, coming off the bench to give you that little spark. It's tough. So,
but they're still in first place, right?
They are. They're a game and a half up over Milwaukee.
So, do they stay in first place, or you think with Simmons out?
I think they stay in first place for the year. I think they have the best team in the East. They might fall to second at some point, which is not a huge deal compared to those spots. But I'm just more concerned when they have to play some of these West Coast teams. They're just not as good as some of them. Yeah, they're good because we see the Knicks and some of these teams on the East. But can you beat a Lakers? And you beat the Lakers once. Can you beat them in 7? I feel like the Lakers might beat you 5 out of 7 games if you played a 7. You know what I mean? Like
right.
So you gotta. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I was honestly pretty disappointed in that coach trip. We talked about how great they were, how good they're playing. Everything just kind of seemed to be working on all cylinders, and then they were pretty underwhelming out there. They didn't really do a whole lot. I mean, I know Simmons had a great game the other night. Embiid didn't play. Career night. I get all that. It just, felt like now was the time to really sort of take the bull by the horns and show the NBA that you are as good as you claim to be. And it feels like they're good in the East, and they're 1 or 2 players short of really needing what they need to make a true championship run.
They seem a little flat, for lack of a better word. Even though you're in first place, sort of like we were talking about the Flyers, even though they were in first place a couple weeks back when we were talking. It's flat. When Embiid's there, it's like, magical. When he's not there, it's just flat. And they have to figure out a way to not have that anymore.
But didn't Embiid play 2 of the games that they lost?
Yes.
Didn't
they won? Yeah, they won 1.
Yeah. So, you got to figure out a way to win with him not there. I don't know.
Well, here's a problem that I have. When they go up against, and they're out on the West Coast, so obviously they play a little different. They could not run with Phoenix the other night. I mean, they played no defense. They couldn't stop anybody. I mean, they don't have that presence.
No.
To stop the opposing team, and then when they get the ball on a fast break, I mean, sometimes they just look like they don't know what to do with it all of a sudden.
And I know like Dwight Howard's been a good probably piece to have next to Embiid. You see Dwight Howard, he's older, he's 35, he doesn't score much anymore, which you get. But every time I see him, I feel like he's got 3 fouls immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's going in there and he's using up all his fouls.
Right. So I'm just saying it doesn't feel like it's all there yet. I don't know that it's a championship team right now.
Yeah, they could use another piece. They really can. I'm not sure what that piece is, but I'm just Seth Curry, Danny Green. These guys they're nice, but I think we're expecting too much from them.
Well, they're not consistent either. You have all that time where everyone's like Green's great, and then you have all the time and Curry's great, and then they're silent. You have 1 or 2 good games. It's just you need some type of consistency to beat these teams. And a veteran presence on the bench to talk to one of the young guys might be what you need if you can get someone cheap. And I don't know.
I agree.
Yep, definitely need 3-point shooting. That's where they get killed.
Yep.
They're outscored by 30 in multiple games in that West Coast trip by 30 points, just by 3-point shots alone. 10, 12 a game that they were getting outscored by 3-pointers, and you can't match that and expect to, and they're still in the game. Like I said, when they lost by 9 points and you got outscored by 30 on the 3-point line. So you cut that in half and you win the game.
But they should win tonight.
I feel like most of the games that they're losing, it's not by a lot. They're like 10 points, 12 points, 8 points. You could win all those games. You just need a couple 3-pointers, a couple guys off the bench to step up a little bit. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Mario. Tonight should be a W. Should be an easy W. But
it's at home and it's against Houston, who's not doing well. So they should win tonight.
Correct.
All right. So, going back to some comments that we have here. So we got a few guesses on the autograph guess. And then Ryan Hannigan is asking, have we had this local Hall of Famer in store before? Dad, did you want to answer that?
No.
Is that no, you don't want to answer, or no is your answer?
I was answering the question.
Okay. All right.
No.
And then the 2 guesses
might be the question that Lauren was asking too, but just so you know.
That was my point.
Well, you don't know.
You guys are troublemakers. Did anybody ever tell you that?
We've had so far are Mike Piazza and Jamie Moyer, and
both great guesses. Both great guesses. Jamie Moyer is not a Hall of Famer.
No.
Right.
He's also not local, is he? I thought he moved to Washington.
No, he is. Jamie's a St. Joe guy.
Okay. So
that Jamie Moyer.
No, I was thinking local as of currently local.
Oh, no.
Depends on how you interpret it.
Right.
Yeah, was he from Souderton, around Souderton?
Yep.
Yes.
Souderton,
Yep. So we took care of both of those, and I believe Brian guessed Mike Piazza. I love that name, by the way. But
wrong.
But Brian, I don't think he's a $50 autograph. I'll book him 10 times if he's a $50 autograph.
All right. So
where are we at?
We are going to move on to everybody's favorite thing to talk about, the Eagles. Yeah, I can see the excitement.
So just like we thought, every single day when you turn on any sports talk in Philly, I know you're not here right now, Mario, but all it is Wentz is gone. And 2 days ago, I heard they might keep him around. They were talking about it all day yesterday. So long story short, no one knows anything, and they're pretending that they know.
It's the same thing with Harper. Nobody knew anything, but that's all they talked about.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is how he screwed this up. He's going to be traded. It's just a matter of the Eagles are trying to save face that they think they're going to get the number 1 pick, but how he screwed it up now that the Bears are basically out of it now, and you're just left with the Colts offer.
Well, because there was a whole big thing about him already being traded to Chicago.
All right, and Howie supposedly turned that down to Nick Foles and Tariq Cohen and a first-round pick, and Howie turned that down supposedly.
But again, I'm gonna throw this back to who's answering these questions. What's the validity of all this conversation, and who the hell can we believe?
Nobody,
because
unless you see it on the Eagles.
You had Adam
website.
Scheffler, reporting this trade 3 weeks ago. Am I right? 3 weeks ago,
at this
right?
point.
And if you can't believe Adam Scheffler, we're in trouble.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So,
well, that's the problem. Is you have everyone wants to be the first one that makes the and you're wrong. So then you look like an idiot if you're wrong. But so they like tiptoe around it so that when it does happen, well, I had that call first. Anyone knows. And the other problem is, with it, and John talked about it before. It's hard to move Carson Wentz because of how much money he's owed compared to other quarterbacks. I mean, it's like, what is it, like $32 or $33 million or something as far as
34.5.
That they said that the other day. It's more than Russell Westbrook and more than a lot of bigger names than him. So I don't know how you're going to do it. I mean, to find someone that love him.
Well, the problem is, for the Eagles' point of view, is at March 19th, they owe him a $10 million roster bonus, and then which is they're trying to save. And then if he's on the team for the year, they have to pay him out of pocket $25 million on top of it for his salary this year. So they're trying to save that $35 million.
Right. So they're going to try to unload him
and just take the cap hit.
Right. So but other teams, because you know this, right, and you're not in the NFL, other teams must know this.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So what are they, eager to make a move right now today?
Well, and that's the reason why Howie screwed this up, because he hasn't. He won't get a number 1 pick. The best he's going to get is what, if that's even true, like we were all saying, that the Colts offered him the 2 second-round picks and a possible 3rd or 4th rounder later on. That's going to be the best deal they're going to get.
So do you think they do that, John, or do you think, because he does not want to? It sounds like, I mean, obviously these are the same bogus reports you've heard from everywhere else, that he doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to play here. So if they go ahead and by March date that he doesn't go anywhere else and he's on the team, what happens? Do they do that, or they don't even let that happen?
Oh yeah, he won't be on the team. He'll definitely be moved. It's just a matter of they just can't bring him back. I mean, they destroyed it. Anything that he's here, they're going to have Hurts be the guy going next year, and I still think. I said this to Carl, at the store a couple of weeks ago. I still think that they're going to get Justin Fields at the 6th pick.
So let me ask you this, John. If Howie screwed it up with Chicago, and it sounds like he's probably going to end up not making a very good trade, what do you think happens to him?
I don't think anything's going to happen, because he's doing what Jeffrey Lurie wants him to do. Jeffrey Lurie is the one who's running all the stuff.
But if he's not doing it right.
All right, you guys have like 60 seconds to finish this press. So, it's baseball season.
I know. I'm biting my tongue here. I'm waiting.
All right. So we got 20 minutes left. Let's talk baseball.
Well, one last thing on the Wentz trade saga. Look for a Wentz-Zach Ertz trade to get the number 1 pick, and that'll take care of everything. So, there goes your number 1 pick.
Yeah, and there's been talk about Ertz being traded before,
plus, you're gonna save some cap. So now you can move on to baseball. So
well, hold on, real quick. I think it's going to be. You keep hearing about the Bears and the Colts. I think it's going to be a team like it always happens that you've never heard of. Never knew they were in it because
I agree.
everyone just reports everyone else's report.
Yep.
It's going to be a team you never heard of, and that's it.
Yep. I agree. Yep.
All right, Mario, that's when you really segue it right into the.
Come on, it's baseball season. Let's talk baseball.
Mario doesn't have control. He tries. He tries every week.
I never have control over you guys. That's the beauty of the show.
We try every week.
Yep.
All right.
Pitchers and catchers.
Pitchers and catchers, baby.
So I'm gonna open it up with the tweet of Archie Bradley walking into the complex today, live feed. I want to run out and get a number 23, Archie Bradley jersey. This guy has got more personality, I think, than anybody on the team. I love the guy already. Has anybody seen that tweet?
I agree with you, Carl. I agree with you there.
What do you say?
He just, he's just all fired up, and I know he's excited, but he's excited for a lot of different reasons. He's got a fresh start in Philadelphia. His old college roommate, is JT Realmuto, and he's just, he's just glad to be in Philadelphia. He had green sneakers on. He was, he was
Grateful Dead shirt.
Grateful Dead. He was all fired up, man. Walking down the driveway, getting ready for his first day at camp with his who was his throwing partner? I believe it was Zach Wheeler. Did he say?
Zach Wheeler was in his group. Yep.
So I just think this guy's going to be a lot of fun here in Philadelphia.
Good. That's what
I think if he was allowed to, he would have showed us him getting the COVID test when he pulled up. If he was allowed to, he walked us right to the COVID test and then he got shut off.
Is that what those white tents were?
Yeah.
All the white tents that were set up.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So are they testing him every day?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably smart to do that, especially with everything going around.
Well, you can't have them coming in, into the and shutting it down.
Oh, it would spread like wildfire.
Right. We saw that last year. So
yeah.
Down there in Clearwater.
So the other thing that I saw that was totally I'm not going to say amazing, but I just found it funny. Dave Dombrowski was walking around the field, shaking all the players' hands. You know what I mean? He was, he's got personality, and this team has lacked personality. I know we had Harper. I know we have JT. I know we have Didi. But, you're just seeing things that you didn't see before. You know what I mean? Players are excited to be here in Philly. You got a GM that apparently's got, keys to the company car and anybody can use it. So, very cool. I just love the fact that it's opening day and everybody's in uniform and we're talking baseball.
Yep. I mean, I think Dombrowski's made more moves than Clintack McPhail has done in 4 years in the past 2 months that he's been here.
No doubt.
I mean,
you're our official GM ass kicker on the show. So
oh yeah, absolutely.
you got in Howie, you got in, now you got in Clintack and who else? Come on, don't miss.
John, we got Doug Peterson fired, but he wasn't a GM.
No, come on, one more.
One more GM?
It was the last segment.
With the Sixers?
Yeah.
Well, Brett Brown, but he was a coach.
There you go.
Well, it's the coaches. All I want is you guys to do what you're supposed to do.
Coaches and GMs, you want to get them all fired.
John, Dombrowski's also probably has a much bigger leash than all those other guys anyway. Clintack probably got anything he's trying to do. They probably looked at it because he's so young. So
no, I don't know about that. I just think that he wouldn't have come here if he wasn't going to be able to spend the money. And I think Middleton wanted to spend money, but Clintack and McPhail both are slow riders. They're ready. Because they told us in the beginning of the off season that JT and Didi weren't going to be here basically if it was up to them. And once they were gone. you saw that how quickly that changed. That was their top priorities.
He probably came in and said, if you want me to come in, you are set up to win right now. We need to win right now, so you're going to let me spend money unless I'm not coming in.
Well, absolutely,
right.
Exactly.
Correct.
But that's what I'm saying. But if Middleton wouldn't have done that, which we're grateful that he did, we still wouldn't have had half of this team that we
All
had.
right, so we're not going to talk last year. We're not going to talk past, what went on. We're going to move forward with all the new arms that we have.
Absolutely.
A lot of new arms. They may be a little bit long in the tooth, but they got to be better than some of the stuff that we threw out there last year.
Anything's better than what we had last year.
Absolutely.
So aside from Harper, JT, and Didi, who are you most excited to see how they perform this year?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I know I got my guy, and it's an easy one, Alec Bowen. You know what I mean? He's got to back up last year. He's got to come in and
do we know where he's starting?
Yeah, third base.
It's going to be third base?
Sure, absolutely. He's your starting third baseman for the foreseeable future, and he's handled it well, and he's proven that he can hit the ball, and I think that's a big asset that the Phillies have.
Well, you know what? It's also interesting to see. I don't know if it's most excited for, but guys to see if they can have a bounce back year or where they should be. Like Rhys Hoskins has to get it together.
Yes, agree.
It would be really nice for Andrew McCutchen to do a little bit better, stay healthy this year. And then, I know we were talking about in the store this past weekend, but, what do you do with a guy like Odubel Herrera? Can Herrera be, he had issues, whatever. He was out. Could he be that center fielder? Could he split time with McCutchen? I mean, no one's going to sort of take him on probably. So those are the three guys that seem most interesting to me to see what happens with them.
So I heard that they might try to get rid of Kutch. I don't know how true that is. Might be a rumor.
Well, the problem is he's old and he costs money. So I don't know where the heck you're moving him. Unless he, let's say he doesn't have the greatest year, how you're halfway through, maybe he gets, I don't know. I don't know his age, but I don't know if he's ready to retire just yet. But, to Pittsburgh where he lives and going out, the last couple of years there.
Right.
I don't see a team other than like the Pirates that wants to bring him in because he hasn't really produced. He's got to show that he can still do it this year.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So Brian Brown's throwing up Bamboo Brad Miller that they just wasted $3 million on. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that move. I think you could have taken that $3 million and saved it because I just.
You could have got $1.5 million for two different pitchers that would have helped the bullpen.
Well, I'm not a fan of paying him $3 million. John, I know you got something to throw out.
No, I agree. I mean, he was exciting coming off the bench, last year or the year before. I think if you're spending that money, you should have spent it on a right-handed bat coming off the bench with that potential of the power coming off the bench.
Right.
That's what we're lacking. So, I mean, unless he's going to, basically be a platoon with McCutchen out in left field.
Right.
So.
And I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he has a great year.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, that's the kind of things, between him, with the lineup that we have, if they produce like we're hoping that they do again last year, a guy like Odubel could be, kind of hidden and hopefully, have some of those issues.
Well, he either wins the starting center field job or he's gone.
Right.
He's not going to be.
That'll be an interesting position though, because what are you going to do? You put McCutchen on the bench and have one of the guys aren't going to be happy, I'm sure. One of the guys are going to want to go somewhere at some point.
Well, McCutchen and Miller are going to play left field, and Odubel will be in center field.
So they're actually going to let Odubel play.
Well, you got Hazley, you got Quinn, and you got Odubel.
Kingery and Kingery.
Right.
Well, and Kingery's your super utility guy, and Sean wants to know about Scott Kingery. So, I think he could be a trade chip come July. I really do. Yeah,
Really?
I do.
As long as he performs, I would move him because he's the one
You can get more for him.
He's like the one guy you can get for something.
Yeah.
Yep.
For him.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's never going to come in with 40 home runs and all. If he can produce, like, get rid of him.
The poor kid doesn't have a position. You know what I mean? Number one. You know what I mean? He probably could be a nice everyday player if he had a position. But I don't know that that's going to happen in Philadelphia.
Yeah. So do you think that could happen if they didn't have Odubel in the mix?
Not for center field, no.
Okay.
No.
No, I mean,
but where does that leave Hazley? Where does that leave Roman Quinn? I mean, center field's probably, John, do you agree, the only open position for a starter?
Yeah. I mean, other than a platoon with McCutcheon out in left field, but yeah, I mean that's basically.
I think Kutch is going to get the majority of the games, unless he gets hurt. Because he's Kutch and he's your leadoff guy. You take him out of that leadoff spot, who's going to lead off at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it'll be interesting to see with Quinn too. I mean, he's really got a. I feel like I've heard about Roman Quinn for the last 10 years. I mean, he's got to do something in center field without getting hurt the second game in.
Yep.
Unless it might be time to just part ways because it's been a long time talking about Roman Quinn.
Well, you just, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're nice guys. You know what I mean? Quinn's always great with the fans. You know what I mean? He'll do, anything, that the team asks him. He's fast as all heck. You know what I mean? But, he's often injured. So, I mean, it's, where does that leave Adam Hazley? There's a number one pick from just a couple of years ago. Right. Where does that leave him?
Yeah, that's the issue. I mean, I think they're going to be okay in center field, even if you don't have a guy that's consistent all the time. I think Odubel might step up. I actually think he would. But it all is going to come back to the pitching because it's going to be a tough division this year. I mean, John, I think the one guy's name they talked about they got the other day, but they were talking about on the news, the guy who played in Japan. He had a really low ERA in Japan.
Sure. Yep, there was a couple.
Now it's obviously Japan. I forget his name, but he had like a 2 or 3 ERA in Japan, and they were pretty excited to get it. Was it Chase Anderson? Not him.
Was it Kinsler? Was it Kinsler? Maybe did he go over for a year?
No, Kinsler was with the Marlins last year.
Marlins, that's right.
I think it is Chase Anderson that pitched over in Japan last year.
I think it's Matt Moore because they had him and Chase Anderson on that screen. I think unless the guy was speaking wrong, I thought the gentleman said that he played in Japan and had like a 2 ERA.
You're right. It is Matt Moore.
Guys like that, if you can get a very low amount of money and he performs, that's a huge win. Now he's got to kind of perform, but he did well overseas, so hopefully he could help out here. You find guys that don't cost too much money that might work.
So real quick, we had double confirmation on Matt Moore, and Stephanie Brogdon's on. So I don't know if you guys saw that or not. So we want to wish her the biggest happy birthday from this fan's view.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we will see her and meet up with her and her husband Mike this year in Philadelphia. As Connor continues his career here in Philadelphia. So happy birthday to Stephanie. And, we will definitely have cheers and beers when that day comes in Philly. So happy birthday to Stephanie.
I'm curious to see what Connor's going to do this year.
Yep. He's a live arm. He's got a big arm, and I know Joe Girardi likes him, so that's huge. Yeah. So
I hope Stephanie liked our president. We worked hard for to get her pitchers and catchers on her birthday. So.
That was all us.
That was years in the making, wasn't it, John?
Yeah, well, and he helped out a lot there with his connections, but he was able to make it work. But yeah, it was definitely well planned for her.
So as we wind down, I ask you guys and gals, is there one name? Is there one player that sneaks through that we're not even talking about? Just one player. I don't care if it's a pitcher, a utility guy. Is there a name that we're missing that could slip through the cracks and make this 26-man roster? One guy. Dombrowski has signed a lot of guys.
Oh, yeah.
They all can't make the 26-man roster.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which.
I don't feel like it'll be a name that everyone will even think of. I think it'll be like one of these pitchers that makes a team that you didn't really heard of that hopefully helps out. I can't think of one name that shouldn't make the team that.
Right.
But that's what we need.
They're pretty stacked. Hopefully you get a young pitcher that does well. You didn't think he was going to make it. He does well in spring training, and he makes the team.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
there's a couple of good names. You got Matt Joyce that he brought in.
right.
That was
what I
mean?
My. You've got who is it? He just brought in a backup catcher, Jeff Mathis.
Yes.
Backup catcher.
Did they say the other day? I thought I heard on the Avant. Maybe I'm out of it, but did they say Ivan Nova?
Yep, he's there.
Yep.
Vitaly Feliz.
If Ivan Nova can perform like he had, obviously it's a big ask, but
yeah,
perform somewhat like he did in the past, that would be huge.
Right.
Yeah, Joe Stinger's throwing up a great name, and it's been kicked around. Jackie Bradley Jr. from Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it would take, but I'd trade for him tomorrow. I think he would solidify the center field position. He could be your leadoff guy. I'd love to see Jackie Bradley in Philadelphia for the next 2-3 years.
You gotta get rid of Scott Kingery, though. What would you do?
I'll take Jackie Bradley.
Really?
Right.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, he's a true center fielder.
Right.
I love guys that have an honest position. He's a leadoff guy. I like him. We should have drafted him back when he was on the board back then, and we missed him. And it's not too late. So
I wonder if a team would do a move like that. I mean, Kingery's young. He's not an old guy, so maybe somebody would do that for an older guy.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
Or maybe Moniak. As well.
I'm not ready to give up on Mickey. You know what I mean? I just don't know where you play these young guys. You know what I mean? I really don't. I think Dombrowski's done a great job. Kudos to him. John Middleton has kind of taken the back seat to, being quiet, hush, hush. Here's the checkbook. Go do it. Now let's win.
The way it should be.
Let's win.
Oh, yeah.
Is Arrieta gone?
Yes.
Yep.
He re-signed with the Cubs, right?
That's I thought I saw that.
He's back with the Cubs. So
good.
Yep.
So
yeah, he didn't do anything while he was here, so I'm glad he's gone.
Lauren, what do you got?
I think it's time to announce the guy. It's already 7:30, and we can that and do our takeaways.
All right. You're first.
I'm first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a takeaway for tonight because I just want to make this announcement.
All right. Well, that's your takeaway.
It's not. I'm not announcing it, though.
Huh?
I'm not announcing it.
I want to.
My dad. Somebody else.
Pigs. I want to defer to Pigs. Pigs booked them. Pigs make the signing happen. So I want to give him the kudos and let him make the announcement. So
all right.
So he's booking and bagging them too.
He's booking them and bagging them.
Doing it all. So it's not a typical sport that you'd think of offhand, but it is a great Hall of Famer that kind of goes under the radar, especially in this area.
What's his nickname?
He is the Easton Assassin. Larry Holmes will be at Carl's Cards in March. So that's a pretty big name. He hasn't done a ton of signings, especially locally. He was excited. We're excited about it. So that should be a really Really neat day.
March 13th.
March
Yep.
13th.
March 13th.
Yes, sir. March 13th. Yeah.
Very cool.
You know, this falls along the lines of outside the box, right? And that's what you got to do this during a pandemic, right? You got to go outside the box.
Well, because honestly, Ryan Hannigan brought up a good point. When you were talking about Archie Bradley earlier, he said, get him in the store. And I thought, you can't.
You can't get anyone
You can't
current.
get anybody current. We tried to get a couple of Sixers people, and that didn't work. You can't get anybody that's it's just not
Right.
possible. They won't allow you out with COVID and protocols and all that kind of stuff. So you gotta go to these old timers, so to speak, these out of the box guys, and
Anyone, including front office staff, are considered in the bubble. They will not let you do anything outside of the bubble.
Are
no
you
matter
going to be
what.
Are you not going to be able to come to things?
I'm not, because I won't be on the field and I won't be interacting with players as much as I normally would. But there are a handful of our staff that are not going to not be able to go out to eat dinner this summer, and they will be in this bubble. So it's going to be very, very difficult to get current players this year. So we're just going to have to continue to be more creative and get names like Larry Holmes and guys like that.
Yeah.
So this creativity with Archie Bradley strikes a real serious nerve for this gentleman right here, because his agent has already reached out to me, and we have worked with him with one third base coach of the 2008 World Series champion Philadelphia Phillies in Steve Smith.
Wow.
So we've got an inside track. So. If anybody can get Archie Bradley, we can get Archie Bradley. So
well, believe me, when this is all over with, these agents are going to be so excited because they haven't been able to do anything.
Right.
So we're going to get players this year. We might just have to get some Hall of Famers and some old guys.
Yep.
All
So
right.
Larry Holmes, the Easton Assassin, March 13th. I believe the time is 1 to 4 p.m.
Yep.
We'll do it the CCC way, with the COVID protocol. Hopefully, Pigs, you'll be in the house because, like I said, you booked them, and we're honored. So,
All right. Lauren, did you want to talk now?
Nope. That was it. That was my takeaway. Yep.
All right. Carl, you done yours?
I'm done.
All right. John?
All right. Well, this is a holiday for me because it's the start of spring training, so that's what I'm excited about. We got,
I thought it was Ash Wednesday.
Oh, well,
It's
that's a
both.
holiday too.
It's a combination.
You can see it on my head
It's
there.
Ash Wednesday without the ashes.
But no, this is great, and hopefully we're going to have an exciting season this year for the Phillies to go along with the Flyers and the Sixers, bouncing off of them. So I just can't wait for to get back out and being able to go to the Red and Phillies or down to Citizens Bank Park and have some fun with baseball again this summer. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, for me, it's bittersweet because baseball's starting up. I'm down here. I'm an hour away, and I can't get in the damn stadium. So it's kind of pointless to a point, but I'm here. Baseball's back, and I'm happy. We'll talk more baseball next week.
Yes, we will.
Everyone
All
be
right.
safe out there. In Pennsylvania, there's supposed to be a lot of snow here, at least where we're at, like 6 to 10 inches where we're at. It's supposed to be a little. So just be careful out there if you have to go to work tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, be safe. From what I hear, it's supposed to start at 4:00 in the morning and not end until Friday.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Screw that.
So it's been the longest February ever. That feels like.
You guys are getting slammed up there.
Yeah. Yes, we are. Great
Well-
show, though. We had a lot of great input from our listeners.
Yep.
Great show, guys. Again, it's always great to make an announcement. But be safe, everybody.
Yes.
From Sarasota to Levittown, from Glen Mills to Reading, all in
California.
between. We're everywhere. So take care, be safe, and we'll see everybody next week.
You
See
got
you
it.
next week.